Hey, what's up guys, it's Liam or Wiggle on Clickheads, and today we've got some brand new information about the Valorant beta and all kinds of things leading up to the release. We have things about ranked, new content, and general game information. A lot of this comes from Dr. Lupo's very interesting interview with the devs on his channel, and then some of it is informed by other posts surfacing pretty much every minute. It feels like so many people got access to the alpha, so there's a lot of stuff to go through. So I'm going to break these down into sections. And the first one is about ranked play and just what to expect when you jump on the game, when you get access in the beta or at a later date. So ranked initially was not supposed to be coming out until later in the year, but the devs have confirmed on Lupo's stream that they're actually going to be coming out 2 weeks into the closed beta, which is very close. And the only reason that it's not coming out straight away is because they want people to learn the maps a little bit at least before people are actually learning rank on them. I think that this is a good choice, and I'm glad that ranked's in the game, because if it wasn't, I feel like people wouldn't really have anything to go for or try to earn in the game, and I think that that can be a really bad choice. So I'm glad that's in there straight away. Now, what about you people that want to play unranked? Does it have skill-based matchmaking? Yes, and kind of course it does as well. This game is made to be very competitive. Now, I understand people's frustration with skill-based matchmaking in casual games, whether it be COD or Apex, people that want to get home from work and just play the game a bit, right? We don't want to play pros every time. Well, in this game, I think that they're really enforcing that it's going to be difficult and competitive all the way throughout. So you can jump on and warm up in quick play, sure, but you're not going to get away with it easy, and you're still going to be playing people of your skill level. Now, this also moves on to the playing as a group or 5 stacking as well, which they have now confirmed is going to be a thing. You can play in 5s, and you will also play against solos. Now, some games, which Overwatch does, is they restrict the amount of group play at high levels. However, Riot don't seem to be doing that with Valorant right now, and that's because they want to encourage team play. One thing that I think Overwatch proved to us is that if you don't let people stack, there's a lot of cheesy methods to rank up in the solo queue system and game the system. Now, the flip side to that is people concerned about people getting boosted, but at least if they're playing in a team, they will be learning in the game, whereas in the Overwatch system, so many players are boosted because you can just cheese your way through the ranks. So it's a difficult conversation to have with a lot of people, but I do think it's a good decision. And if you just look at CSGO anyway, people stack in that all the time, so I don't think in this community it's going to be so much of a bad thing that people can play with their friends and also learn the game, because it's going to be difficult. So what about new content? Well, there is actually going to be another agent. There's 10 at the release of the beta in a couple of days, which is kind of crazy because we haven't seen who this other character is at all. There's nothing, as far as I know, anywhere, not mentioned. And not only that, but they're also sitting on a couple more at least that maybe they'll release whenever they kind of feel like it. Initially, there was going to be 11 release in the summer, which they still don't have a date for, unfortunately. But I think it's kind of cool how they can just sit there and be like, yeah, we've got more heroes. We'll bring them out when we feel like it. I think that this game is really ready to go. From watching these interviews and all of the stuff posted in the last week, they're just like, yeah, let's let people test it. We just have things sitting there we can release. I really hope the new characters are really great. If you have any ideas about abilities you'd like to see in the game, be sure to let me know. So in terms of new content as well, what maps are we going to have at release? Well, there's going to be 4 as far as we know, although there will only be 2 in the closed beta. And even though they are looking to bring more maps out, they would much rather have a few good maps than loads of bad maps. And again, they heavily hinted towards Overwatch being a big problem in that aspect. But they have said they are going to keep looking to make new maps and new heroes, but there's actually no current plans to make new weapons. And I think that they want that foundation set in stone with the weapons, and then they can build some characters around them. They said they're not completely closed to the idea of having new weapons, but it's not something they want right now. And they're also not looking to have tons of community content at the start either, whether it be custom maps or game modes. It's something that they might facilitate down the line, but there's no confirmed information on that yet. Now, there is going to be some kind of a battle pass and not a loot box, and I think most people like this. No one really likes RNG mechanics, and battle passes are generally well received. They haven't given us the information on exactly how it would work, other than it will be similar to a traditional style battle pass. And the other way that they're looking to monetize the game, of course, is through cosmetics, so that you can change skins on weapons, but they do not have any plans for skins on characters yet because they don't want to skew any hitboxes. But again, it's something they're open to for the future. Next up, what about people getting banned, cheating, reporting, and griefing? Well, there's good news on pretty much every single front for this. So if your teammate leaves, they're currently testing features throughout the beta, and one of them that they mentioned is that, say someone leaves on your team and they're not coming back. Well, what if they spread the money that that character would earn from rounds amongst the rest of the team? That's one of the features that they're setting in, so that's really good. Now, they will also look probably into losing less SR if someone actually leaves the game earlier on, because you're pretty much not going to win a 4v5 a lot of the time. So that'd be really cool if they did that as well. Of course, there will be leaver penalties, and they're also looking to combat smurfing as well. And most of that will be done on the back end, where if someone's way too good for their rank, it will boost them through the ranks very quickly, and they seem quite convinced that they have a good foothold on that, and they'll be able to change that up pretty quickly. And they're also trying to combat aimbot and hacks, of course, with it being a free-to-play game. Now, the best job they did at explaining this was that, especially with wall hacks, the way that people do it is that they will replicate where everyone is on the client side and where it is on the server side. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to mask where people are on the server side, so that if someone tries to get a hack for a client, they still can't tell exactly where someone is. That's about the best easy explanation I can give about it. And again, you're going to want to check out certain interviews and stuff about that to get more information. But they're really trying to stop people wall hacking and cheating as best they can. But of course, someone will always get around the system. Now, one thing that is good is that if they do get around the system, they are looking to hardware ban people for cheating, which is much better than a regular ban because people can mask their IPs. I'm sure that there's ways to mask your hardware. I'm sure someone genius has figured that out as well. But most people will not have figured that out and will get hardware banned permanently if they are caught cheating. And of course, there will be a reporting system as well. And this will mostly be aimed at people cheating and, of course, protecting people from like mega griefing if someone's just throwing games and stuff. But I don't think that they're looking to ban people for having an argument in the game, from what I could tell. So moving on, there's just a bunch of game information that I think people wanted to know. So is there an FOV slider? There is not. The game is actually set at 103 FOV. The reason you can't change it is for competitive integrity, and you also cannot stretch the screen if you decide to play in 4:3. There is going to be no aim assist. Even if they put in some controller support, there will not be aim assist, so that's going to be very tough. There is not going to be a map veto yet, because there's not enough maps. And esports is coming, but they haven't actually just announced a league or anything. They really want to see how people play the game and what game modes they like the most, or maps, should I say, because they're technically the same game mode. And they will move on that accordingly. Maybe people only like the 3-bomb site, so maybe that's what'll go into the esport as well. And another very interesting thing they've done on the server side is that if someone else is lagging in your game, they've actually made it so that they're not just dotting across your screen in front of you. They've created it so that it blends that motion for the people trying to shoot them, so you don't feel like someone else that's lagging has got an advantage over you, which if you've ever played CSGO or pretty much any shooter ever, you will know that is an amazing change. So that's most of the big stuff. There's a few extra things in here as well. Now, Anna actually mentioned that May the 4th as a date by accident on the stream. So we don't know if this is like a placeholder release date or an announcement, or whether she was just trolling, but it's just something very interesting to note. And they're also not sure how long the beta is going to last, as they want to bring the game out, but there's also a lot of testing that they want to do. If you didn't get a key on Tuesday when it's dropping again and everyone's streaming it, they're going to be dropping more than double the amount of keys that they dropped the other day. And they're also, for you left-handers out there, working on a left-hand view model for your character. If you like stats, they are going to be having the API available, and there's already websites working on stat tracking and stuff like that. And they are also looking to bring us some lore, but not overdoing it again like other games have done. I think Overwatch is another one that they're really digging at, it feels like to me. Oh, and by the way, if you disconnect from the game, you can reconnect. Obviously, that should be in the game. So I like that a lot of the things that people feel like should obviously be in games, but are missed, are mostly in this game, which is really, really cool. So if you had any other concerns or things you think they've missed from the game, let me know in the comment section down below. I really can't wait to play the game. Ed and Frito both got hands-on and I still didn't. So if you want to see any more videos, guys, be sure to drop a like, as it does help us out and lets us know you're enjoying the content. And you're going to want to hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button so you get notified when our videos go live. Be sure to have a great day as always. Take care and peace, people.